And we're back. Phone call. And because you are sons, God has sent forth the Spirit of His Son into your hearts, crying out, Abba, Father. Therefore, you are no longer a slave, but a son. And if a son, then an heir of God through Christ. Okay? Fear for the church. But then indeed, when you did not know God, you served those by which nature are not God's. But now, after you are known of God, or rather you are known by God, how is it that you turn again to the weak and beggarly elements? How do we get these people to know that they're backsliding, and they're no good, and that we'll just drag them right back into this beggarly way of getting lost people to God, and that's it? Back to the beggarly ways. After 2019 years, you're going to hell. Jesus came, died on the cross, and dropped His blood, and you've been talking about it this long, and you're not helping your brother, and you're not loving your brothers? Really? De-evolution? Is that what it's called? Maybe? Backwards evolution? I don't know. To which you desire again to be in bondage. Quit putting us in bondage. With your words, with your ideas, with your thoughts. If you feel like if you're using, you need bad kids, you're in bondage. You got fun brain, bondage brain. I'm going to think other people suck because my mind is stuck. You suck because I'm stuck. Brethren, I urge you to become like me, for I became like you. You have not injured me at all. You know that because of physical infirmity, I preached the gospel to you at first. And my trial, which was in my flesh, you did not despise or reject, but you received me as an angel of God, even as Christ Jesus. What then was the blessings you enjoyed? For I bear witness that, if possible, you would have plucked out your own eyes and given them to me. Have I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth? They zealously court you, but for no good. Yes, they want to exclude you, that you may be zealous for them. But it is good to be zealous in a good thing always. And not only when I am present with you, my little children, for whom I labor in birth again, until Christ is formed in you. I would like to be present with you now and to change my tone. For I have doubts about you. You're going to hell. All right, then it says walking in spirit. Over here it says, I then say walk in the spirit, and you shall not fulfill the lust of flesh. It doesn't say cast out, name people, label people, call them words, keep doing the same stuff they used to do. There's no way that's what this says. For the flesh lusts against the spirit. So the old ways of talking about people is against the spirit. And there's only one way to go to hell. Jesus said, and that's to be against the spirit, and you're going to hell. Hold on a minute. You're going to hell. And these are contrary, and the spirit against the flesh. That's why I battle the flesh approaches. And these are contrary to one another. Show me my opponent, so that you do not do the things that you wish. But if you are led by the Spirit, you are not under the law. Boom. All right. 61. Let's have fun. All right. So, as the Bible said, as the country is, as everything is, and I've talked about bipolar, I've talked about the systems, but here's what it's like. Flock me, flock you. Flock with us. Flock with us, because here's what we got to do. America, the 80%. If you want to know who the foreign terrorists are, they are the people in our Congress and Senate who are the extremists. When we take out the extreme from the right and the extreme from the left, guess what we got? We got a country that can't be flocked with because we flock together. And when all Americans flock together, guess what happens? You get flocked up. That's what we need to do. We need to flock to things together. If we see an injustice, flock over there. It doesn't mean beat them up. Flock over there, show them love, show them love, show them love. But at first we have to invest into our flock. We are right now, and since the beginning of time, think about it. We came from overseas, broke away independently. They don't get to make their laws, but we use the same governments to rule ourselves that we just left. So until we get a new system, we did the same thing over again. And now our money is being tied up going to overseas. Our political party, why is everybody hacking into America? Because the extremists in both parties are stealing the money of America and shipping it elsewhere. But if we knock them out, which I tell you what, Champ's gonna knock them out. Our biggest terrorist, our flock's gonna knock you out. Flock's gonna knock you out. CHAMPvinchi said knock you out. So when I let you know who the extremists are and who are the ones that are taking our money and going elsewhere, guess what we're gonna do? Flock them! You know, people that don't want to put America first, guess what we're gonna do? Flock them, flock them, flock them. All we gotta do, and you ain't gotta flock them in a negative, violent, gangster way. That's not what I'm talking about. All you gotta do is sing, be like, MAGA motherfucker, USA, MAGA motherfucker, USA. And here's what we're gonna do, MAGA country, y'all gotta quit being so hateful because you got a lot of extremists over there. And until that extremism, so what we're gonna do, here's the idea, and President Trump, here's what I wanna do. Thank goodness Hillary hates Bernie and the Democratic Party's out here to go against Bernie, because guess who we want? We want Bernie, motherfucker. And I know you little MAGA countries out there being like, no, no way, he's socialist, this, that, and other. Well, I tell you two people that's got it right. It's Trump and Bernie. But they have a system that doesn't work for America. What does Trump have right, Champ? Oh, thanks for asking. Well, Trump's got right America first. And we need to be making money here in America first, because we're good at spending elsewhere. We're good spenders. We're not good savers. So we got a president that's bringing it in. What's Bernie truthful about that? He really can't tell the truth. What Bernie would like to say is Hillary's got deals with Russia and Iran and, you know, these other countries. Why do you think the Ukraine scandal, why do you think the Democrats had to run to that? Because they're behind Russia, the extremists. They keep acting like they're for Trump. Yeah, they might be partially for Trump because they don't like Hillary. But in the past, the Democrats have been the ones working with the Russians. And so what Bernie's saying is we are getting robbed, but he can't say that on a national stage because he'll get shot or something. No, they ain't gonna shoot him. But he'll get heckled by the bipolar states of what we got. Or somebody stuffing his pocket with something. So for the progressives out there, here's what CHAMPvinchi says. You're right in a certain way, but you're not right in your approach. And you have to be able to pay for something. And guess what we can pay for with economics? Earn your keep economics, where it runs through Americans first. We can afford everything. We can afford to begin to help the people that pollute the world, help them come up with creative ideas on how to pull that pollution right back out. We can work together on so many different things, but right now, the world holds us hostage. And it's not like we're not going to keep investing in them. And to Europe, I want to talk to you guys about Brexit. We'll pull y'all out of that. Buy American. Start buying American, and we'll pull you out either individually and help your system run like this too, or we'll pull you out by a whole group. You want to unite up like we used to have before y'all became a wrecking ball, kind of like we are, but at least we got a strong leader now. Thank you, sir. Everybody stand up, take off your hats, and let's say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And anybody who don't like it, what are we going to do? Wah! Fly over there, fly over there. You know what we got? You can tell who the extremists are, because here's the extremists. They're either going to be chickens or they're going to be crows. And you know what? Ask Joel Osteen. Chickens and crows can't fly with the eagles, baby. So what we've done, we've let the chickens and the crows take over the media, take over your TVs, take over your personalities, and then the medicines and the poisons and the terrible foods we've been eating, all this stuff. It's true. Don't act like it's not true. All you got to do is look at the TV today and see them go, which way did Trump go? Which way did Trump go? Who's CHAMPvinchi? It's ridiculous. That is not the intelligence of the 80 or 90% of us Americans. We have been stolen by foreign entities. The greatest ISIS or terrorists of our lifetimes are the ones with FUD brain, because they have too many blind spots. Everybody check out Pastor Ruff's sermon last night at Free Chapel. As good as any sermon or speech of all time. That good. We've got too many blind spots, which creates arrogance, which creates, y'all think, here's what we have though. Here's what we have. let me get back to the Bernie thing. Because what Bernie says is, as much money as we make as Americans, shouldn't we be richer? But they're both, the reason why they both seem wrong, and they are, because you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, who's trying to eat chicken shit anyways? We want to fly like eagles, all right? We're eagles. Quit acting like chickens and crows. And here's what we got to do. We cannot do it. As long as the world has us split, the world has created a civil war in America through messaging. Okay? And then supporting people that we like, and then getting them, because they need to win the power, because it's a cowboys and Indians system that America still lives in. The wild, wild west. Well, I'll tell you what, boom, there's a new sheriff in town. Because here's what's happening. They have us arguing against each other so that the foreign entities can get their payouts. And as long as they keep hiding Easter eggs for the next implanted invisible war that we're against, the people that they've had, the highest percentage of dementia runs our country. Like, what? Not for long. CHAMPvinchi wants you. And for the people that are running our Congress and our Senate and our country, and for all of our seniors, I love you. I want to help you. But if you don't let me, you got to get out of the way. Because this is our time. And y'all did a good job raising us. And for people out there that think that you shouldn't get a trophy for participation, then quit taking paychecks. That's the dumbest philosophy of all time. That's exactly what the devil wants. No appreciation at all. That's what we've come down to. We've even got pastors sitting up there trying to be like, these trophy kids, they're soft. No, you're loveless. And they're like, this culture just wants clout, man, and that's some BS. Well, you have to have clout because nobody inspires you. Nobody loves you. We're in a system of pharaoh and monarchy. And if you're not the pharaoh or the monarch, you got to do everything you can to get any attention. Hello Central, cause and effect. Humble yourself, blind. More like blind eagles. Did you know, Pastor Ruff shared this, and I think it came out of the Jensen Franklin Legacy Bible, that an eagle's eyes weigh more than its brain, but vision, the Bible says vision comes from your heart, as Pastor Ruff explains. So we have to have vision bigger than our brains for us to evolve and to be able to see and to fly like eagles and to raise up and soar and fly like eagles and run without being weary and walk without losing breath. There's not many Americans that can even walk without losing breath right now. What about across the world in China? I've got plans for China coming up too. They're good. I think something that both sides of China and the Hong Kong, I think everybody can see good out of it. But we got to fly together. As I mentioned yesterday, today, you know why they're trying to cram that whole trial into just a couple days and trying to make it really long? Because everybody knows that it all depends. Men and women. One size fits all. Which side of the world, the Russians or the Ukrainians? Is it going to be the Iranians or the Iraqis? Which side of risk that's being played upon America while we're being pulled in every different directions? Which one of our 60-plus-year-old leaders is going to shit themselves first? I don't know. Think about it. Boom! You know what thought did? Thought shit the bed, homie. We ain't got time for that. Flock, y'all. Flock with up, flock me, flock to you. How are we going to flock to people with faith, hope, and love, and truth and facts, and clarity and transparency? Everybody keeps talking about the president showing tax returns. I want to see brain maps of all the Congress. I demand that our Congress it may not be public information, but there needs to be a private entity that takes a look at what's going on in the heads. How do we know if they're healthy or not? They're carrying your vote, carrying mine. I don't trust them. Do you? They're getting yanked around by their adult diapers right now. It's ridiculous. Like, who's got the wedgie today? Is it Pelosi or is it McConnell? Well, 2 days is all we can handle till you get this over fast. Really? That's America. That's the America we want? Here's what we got with President Trump and myself. We got a future. One thing I can tell you about our president, and sir, One thing I can tell you about him, he wants to be liked. And he's doing stuff that's making the core of America like him. Even former Democrats and liberals like myself. That's why we got to join MAGA country. And you know what? Trump was our guy, but he went over there, and you're right, we missed. So we'll be them motherfuckers. We'll be making America fun and cool again instead of crybabies. And y'all go from being pharaohs and slave owners to being leaders and businessmen. And we'll have entertainment for the motherfucking crew, and we'll have leadership and business here, and we'll make all this mix, and it'll be like DJ CHAMPvinchi. Oh, what you want, what you want, what you want. Don't believe me, just watch. I love you.